New month, same old Cubs.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
I'm Sam Olber. He's Matt Cozy, and you are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. It's your team every day. Later on the show, we give you some positive news on the injury front. We talk about Moises Ballesteros and his rapid fall from grace later on. But we start with a ball game at Wrigley Field tonight that, Matt, I'm just going to start here. And I think this is going to surprise a lot of people and probably upset a lot of people. I'm not even mad about it because I'm so numb to it. And I'm so tired of it that, like, I almost, when I was watching this game, after the second, when I realized they probably weren't going to score again, I kind of just checked out and was just watching the game to jot notes down for the show. And I remember my dad taught me a long time ago when I was playing sports. He said, you know, when a coach or somebody is yelling at you or they're upset at you, it's because they care and they think you could do something. When they stop and they start to just shrug their shoulders and say whatever, that's when you're really in trouble. And that's where I'm at with this group right now. Matt, I've been watching the Cubs for a long time. Never in my life did I feel like a game was over negatively after the Cubs got a hit to make it 2 on, nobody out. Like in the 9th inning of that game, I thought Pete had a chance to win it with a homer. Once Nico didn't get to third there, I knew, and I'm curious to hear what you think if they should have bunted or not. I'm a pro bunt guy, but I wouldn't have bunted there because Seiya's on deck. And he hasn't had a really quality at bat with runners in scoring position since the 60s. And so I know in hindsight he flew out to right field. I bet you if there was a guy on third, he would have struck out. And Bregman, believe it or not, has actually been one of your better hitters lately, which is about as low of a bar as just stepping over something. But I wasn't upset, and then Bregman strikes out. And then it's the same guys, it's the same core group, and I'm kind of where I'm at during our Anything Goes episodes of 2020, which is some insider information where I'm just out right now, man. Talk me out of it. What was your take on this opinion? I have some stats from the game that I'll get you, but I just wanted to open by saying I'm not that mad because it's 2024 all over again. We know how this team is.
Yeah, in the moment, I don't think I'm mad, especially because of who's on the injured list on the pitching front. But the offense was not supposed to be this way, and we saw when it was good. They won 10 games in a row twice, and since then, the season has plummeted. I wasn't a huge fan of the bunt there. Because I think if you're trying to win the game and walk it off by scoring 2, you probably don't want to give up an out. But the facts are that the Cubs are now 5-17 since May 9th, and they've averaged 3 runs per game during that span, including, and this is the big one, Sam, including scoring 2 runs or less like they did tonight in 13 of those 22 games. 3 of their 4 hits tonight were in the first 7 batters. Second and third, no outs. They get 1 run. Bregman ground out. Pete caught stealing at third with Seiya batting. Bottom of the second, first and second, 1 out. Alcantara grounds into a fielder's choice. And then moments later, he gets caught stealing to end the inning on a first and third play that my freshman teams over the years did execute better than he did. And that was mostly the extent of the action because they were sent back 17 times in a row from the third through the 8th. And the 9th inning there is on Bregman. He strikes out weakly.
It's pathetic.
No clutch hit from Seiya. Happ tops it off with a clutch hit. But that inning's on Bregman, who is making $35 million, and Seiya, who is likely in the final
well, I would let Happ off the hook either. He got a hanging breaking ball that he popped out. He should do better with that pitch. He's making a lot of money. He should do better with that pitch.
That's up to you, but that inning was on Bregman and Seiya, and you know it.
I agree, but I'm just saying, look where that pitch was to Ian Happ. He got a hanger right down the middle of the plate.
Well, he went 8 for 20, those 4 games. So
yeah, and Seiya will get hot again too, and everyone will brag about his
yes,
WRC+.
but will they get hot when it matters though?
No, that's
because they're playing like they're running themselves out of the mix, and it's June 2.
Well, they're definitely running themselves out of the NL Central right now. Is unless the Brewers suffer some catastrophic,
the Brewers are pulling away.
Which I don't wish upon anybody. That's not how it works.
Sure.
The way that they're playing, and by the way, even if I'd pick them to win the division if they are out 3 or 4 guys. It's not even close. It's not even close. Okay, so what are they? They're 6.5 up now, 8 up in the loss column. It's June 2nd. And it's just a massive talent gap. The wild card, great. 85. I mean, look, win 84, win 85, win 86. Hope that you sneak in. Hope that you get some luck. Jed Hoyer's tenure, hope. I did see, though, Matt, I think things are about to get a lot better. The Cubs are going to hire a new data scientist. Saw that on Twitter. They're looking for some people with some AI experience and a lot of stats background and stuff. So it was probably a sequencing thing. Matt, the Cubs got a hit in the first inning. Nico Horner impeded a couple hits. They didn't get another hit till the 9th.
Right.
17 in a row were retired in this ball game.
That's boring.
It's
a boring game.
It's a boring team.
They play a boring style of ball.
Yeah, and again, like it's just hard. It's hard to. They're hard to root for.
Wow.
The way they play baseball. I mean, I would root for the Cubs if they were running out me and you out there. I mean, it's in my blood. I'm always going to root for them. But when I watch them play, I feel like I'm on the wrong side.
When I watch them play, I feel like it's an uphill battle from the get-go, and that's what it's been the last 22 games. Their offense has been anemic, and they don't really show a lot of signs. Like, I don't think Saturday was necessarily a sign offensively. I thought it was a great team win, one of the more complete games. Last week, the 2 wins over the Buccos, better, but two games doesn't do anything. A handful, 4 or 5 in a row is really where I think would get this to a snowball effect, and they just haven't been close.
But like, even if they do that, the goal this year, this was a make or break year. And unless a bunch of things bounce their way in October, which they might, we're rooting for 86, 87 wins now. And
I know, this was supposed to be an all-in year.
It's just, this isn't. I mean, Nico Horner is a core member of your team. He's a nice ball player. That's about it. Pete's been awesome lately, and that's been a great positive. He's been playing really good baseball. He can't steal bases anymore, but he's playing really, really well, and it's been fun to watch him hit. He almost had another homer today. He just missed one. Alex Bregman is he was plus 820 to hit a homer today. 820. Almost 8.5 to 1 odds to hit a homer. Guy's making $35 million a year to slap some singles to the right side. Seiya Suzuki's going to be off this team at the end of the year. His time, as you like to say, whatever the expression is.
His tribe is spoken.
Yeah. I'm done. I'm off that roller coaster. I get it. He's going to hit 8 homers in 20 games in a couple of months. That's awesome. Ian Happ's not going to be here next year. Okay? Another core member of this team. Michael Busch, all right, he's fine. Like this is their court. Are any of them great? Is there any greatness walking through this door?
They don't seem to have that. And even if you zoom out, Sam, and just these 15-game stretch, 0-1, They got to win 10 out of the next 14 to go 10-5. Do you think they're going to do that after this game?
Their $177 million shortstop got pinch hit for in a one-run game in the 8th inning with nobody on and 2 outs. It was the right move. If that doesn't summarize it all, I don't know what does. Do I think they're going to win 10 out of 14? No. Do you?
Well, we got to keep talking about the pinch hitting there, and I think as the show progresses, is Wednesday the start date for the Swanson benching? I think it might be.
Let's talk about that and the fall of Moises Ballesteros coming up next.
This episode is brought to you by KALSHI. The prediction market is hot, and you can trade every game on KALSHI. Baseball there is great to trade on. The Cubs are trading at a 53% probability to beat the A's on Wednesday, meaning a $100 trade pays out $186 if they win. And those numbers move in real time, and you can buy in or out anytime. At one point during Tuesday's game, I looked at KALSHI. Cubs were at 60%. And that quickly flatlined. On KALSHI, you're traded against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the KALSHI app and use code LOCKEDON to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI for KALSHI to trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more info, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Thank you for making Locked On Cubs your first listen today. If you haven't already, go check out the new Everydayer Club, which includes ad-free episodes and more. Go to lockedoncubs.supercast.com or click the link in this episode description. Jameson Taillon pitched well today. Gave up a homer to Nick Kurtz, which was pretty predictable, but luckily it was a solo shot, and great.
And he was better.
Yeah, he was better today. You know, decent conditions to pitch, and he pitched good. Milner pitched good. Palencia pitched good. That's why yesterday it's like I'm just not going to subscribe to the biggest key being the starting rotation when this offense just sleeps for half the games. I want to write a letter to the analytic people, Matt. I want a new seriously. I mean, we just come up with these.
Well, they're not going to receive that. They're in the analytic department. I want to email them.
No, I want to write an analytic people in baseball. Can we come up with like a consistency metric, like a consistency stat? So it's like, you know, hey, you do great, but how many games did you just completely not do anything as a hitter? Like how many offers did you have where you didn't even give your team a chance? You know, right. It's so interesting how like the inverse of pitching and hitting. With pitching, with starting pitchers, you could have 8 great starts. But if you have 2 starts where, let's say, you give up 16 combined, your ERA is going to look terrible. But in your 10 outings, you probably are going to win 6 of them because you gave your team a great chance in 8 of them. You know what I mean? Whereas it's the opposite with hitting, where it's like you could just be god-awful for like 6 straight weeks. But then you have a week where you had 4 or 5 homers. The OPS looks great. But it's like, hey, you really crushed us for 6 weeks at a time there. Mm-hmm. You know? And it's just tired of it. I'm tired of the way this team plays offense. I'm so tired of it. What did you want to get into? Pinch hit stuff? Excuse me.
Well, yeah, I think you put Nico at short and Pedro Ramirez at second and batting ninth starting Wednesday. Swanson gets pinch hit for Ballesteros there. That was really telling. The Conforto for Alcantara was expected. I would put Conforto or Ballesteros at DH instead of Alcantara Wednesday. I know there's a lefty in Jeffrey Springs pitching for the A's, but I would sit Alcantara. I would sit Swanson. Kelly and Amaya could, in theory, be other options for the DH spot too, but I think it's time for that type of shakeup, or at least the start date for the Swanson benching, because he had it was either one of or the worst month of his career, Sam. We just closed out in May, and I think it's time. I think it's time for something like that, and I would like to see in person Nico at short and Pedro at second.
Yeah,
it's an indictment.
I don't disagree with you, but I think I'm past the benching stuff. as an answer, because it's just, this is the group they have, and this is what they build. Is Pedro Ramirez going to be the answer here? If it clears Dansby's head and he could be better, great. And again, I'm not against it. I hope you're right, but I just think there's such deeper issues with this club. It's like putting a Band-Aid over it, or, taking a couple Tylenol when you got to figure out what's really causing the headache. It's just deeper. And the thing is, I want to look up the stats to prove my point from earlier. Like, they're 8th in runs scored right now. They're 12th in hits. They're 5th in on base. Those are all good numbers, but they're losing. They're not a good offense. They stack it all up in spurts. It's too extreme. And I'm sitting here listening to Boog say it again. It's almost like 2 years ago all over again. Oh, yeah. Well, they're just they're really good hitters that aren't hitting. Maybe they're not really good hitters.
Right.
Maybe they're just not really good hitters.
And it's not just a pocket of games. Like, we're approaching a whole month of games. This is 22 games now.
And maybe they're an 85, 86 win team when they perform really good. They're what they were last year. When they perform really bad, they're what they are this year and what they were in 24. And maybe that's what Jed is. Maybe that's what they're building. And maybe they just didn't market for the fact that the Brewers are this good. Like, we did have Cap on here that said they build an 87, 88 win team, and then we'll see what happens from there. Maybe this is just the worst version. All I know is this just isn't it.
Well, the problem here is that it's not tracking to even be that, because it never got this close to bad last year. Yeah, you'd have to go back 2 years.
Yeah, no, 2 years ago, May and June.
Or 3.
Yeah, but 3 years ago,
did the 24 team go 5-17 one time?
I don't know, but I know they also didn't win 10
I'll
in a
look
row.
that up.
Yeah. I just know May and June felt a lot like this. May and June felt a lot like this.
It feels like an overcast, dreary late October day.
Yeah.
That's how every day feels like with this team.
Matt, Moises Ballesteros hit, like we said, in the 8th. I don't think I've ever seen a season like the one he's having, where he was one of the best hitters in baseball in April. OPS well over 1, and since then, literally, he's gotten like 4 hits. And
he was hitting 400.
So here's my take on this. I'm interested to hear what you think. Maybe we could talk a little bit more about it too. Here's my take on this. I think the league adjusted to him, and they started spamming him with high fastballs, and he struggled a bit. Then I think he made a little bit of an adjustment, and he had some bad luck. All of that, while that was happening, Michael Conforto got red hot, and he started losing ABs. And when you add those 3 things together, you have now a young kid with a really big leg kick that's completely broken, and his timing's off, and he just looks totally clueless out there. Like, his at-bat today was just awful. Yeah. And I totally understand why Craig had to run out Conforto, but I do think we're at the point where Jed has to come knock on his door, Craig, and say either Conforto, either Ballesteros is the everyday DH against righties, or we have to send him down. It has to be one or the other. That's where I'm at now, because this just, he's not that type of hitter. He's a rhythm hitter with that leg kick, and he's totally out of rhythm, and he's totally out of sorts, and he's pressing, and I promise you he's not this bad.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a bad thing for him to go down and just get right again. I don't think that's a proclamation of like his career, or that he is a failure. I think it needs to get his timing and rhythm down, and we could see him again, by the 4th of July or something.
Yeah, I just don't think Michael could afford. I think that was a flash in the pan, and
he's been really struggling.
I don't think I'm ready to hand him the keys as the DH versus righties.
Well, who would you want to drive this car right now?
Yeah.
No, seriously.
I was gonna try and make a driving joke. I couldn't think of anything.
I guess P.
Quickly.
So one of their 13 position players.
Well, I think versus righties pretty soon. Maybe you see Conforto and Ballesteros, and Suzuki takes a couple of seats.
Sure.
Because folks, he's awful. And I know, look, I get it. He's going to get hot soon, and everyone can laugh all the way at me to the bank. Ha, ha, ha. This is pathetic. the type of at-bats he's putting together. It's pathetic.
Well, he looks lost.
It's pathetic.
He looks like his navigation stopped working in his car.
I mean, every year with this guy,
5 in a row.
And I remember we had this exact conversation in late September last year. Then he got red hot and he had a great postseason. So it's like, but when you are supposed to be one of the better guys in the team, you just can't be this bad for this long when everybody else is this bad for this long. But you know what? To be honest with you, you said it. We haven't talked enough about it. Alex Bregman's killing him too. I mean, he's just killing him. I mean, this mediocre style of offense that he's put together. I mean, striking out in that spot. It's take weak. Your pick. Take your pick.
It's weak.
And I just like. I'm at a loss.
You can't have multiple players with career worst stretches, and that's what they have. In Dansby, Seiya,
Swanson's not even hitting his weight.
Technically Ballesteros and Horner.
What does Swanson weigh? About $185? $190?
Probably.
$195? I don't know. I don't know.
Let me see here. I'll get that for
Google,
you.
Google. I don't want to,
190.
And what is he at? About $180?
No, I think he's in the 170s now.
Oh, great. So he's significantly hitting below his weight. That's 177. All right. Coming up next, we have some positive news to report. On injuries. We've got some positive injuries report. We'll talk about that coming up.
Swanson City 181. Sorry.
Next. This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. The NBA Finals are here, and every possession matters. If you're looking to get even closer to the action, FanDuel is a great offer to get you started. Right now, new customers can bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right. Turn $5 into $150 in bonus bets just for getting started. Folks, this is going to be one of the more electric NBA Finals of recent memory. You have the big market, New York Knicks, kind of like the Cubs, a long drought, unbelievable fan base, big city. Everybody's going to be watching, going up against one of the most exciting, fascinating superstars, maybe since LeBron James, in Victor Wembanyama. You want a prediction? I'll give you one. I'm going Spurs in 7. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel. Play your game. All right, we are back here on Locked On Cubs. He's Matt Cozy. I'm Sam Olber. We're lifelong fans taking our passion into a discussion with you on all things Cubs. And thank you for making Locked On Cubs #1 Cubs podcast in the world, especially during the tough times. We appreciate it, folks. I know.
That's right.
I know it's not easy right now to engulf in Cubs content. It's frustrating. It's also like they seem to scuffle a lot outside of last year at this point. This is the worst point to scuffle because it's just now summer. You're just now starting to peek the curtain and get ready for baseball for the next 3 months. And this team is just making you think about the Bulls. So
no, that's not quite that porous, but the timing is poor because June and July are supposed to be just the phenomenal months, and it's better when your baseball team wins.
Fly ball left field routine off the bat of Bregman. This will be one out. Good news on the injury front. Edward Cabrera is going to start Saturday as you wished, Mr. Matt Cozy. No rehab start for him. Matthew Boyd will be having one more rehab start on Saturday, and then if all goes well, he'll be back. So the Cubs are going to get some reinforcements in their rotation. Jordan Wicks was optioned, and is it Tyler Ferguson?
Yes.
He was called up into a relief role. Could see that coming with Jordan Wicks after Sunday's. Both Tuesday and Sunday's disappointing outings. Any reaction on that?
Well, I do think it's encouraging that Cabrera and Boyd are going to be returning within 1 week of each other.
Can they hit?
We'll see Cabrera Saturday and Boyd probably, if I'll do some quick math here, Thursday or Friday of next week.
Oh, great. So he's going to come back in Coors Field. That'll be fun. I'll come back to Coors Field, give up like 7 triples or some record-breaking thing like that. Maybe going to Coors Fields what this offense needs. Don't choke. Oh, don't hurt yourself.
Oh, my name isn't Bregman. So
there's a ground ball third routine.
Yeah, we're frustrated, folks. We love this team like you do, and they haven't showed up offensively for 22 games, essentially. And that is why they're 5-17. They've won 5 out of their last 22. It's not good. And is there time? Sure. But what signs do you have to say that they reclaim what they've done? And you might say their resumes and things like that, but there's clear signs of concern. I do think Cabrera and Boyd coming back is big. If everybody else is healthy, which hasn't happened yet, then there's going to be roster moves. There's going to be people moving to the bullpen. Could you talk about phantom ILs? I'm not a huge fan of that, but I think it's positive. And I don't really think we'll see Jordan Wicks pitch for the Cubs again, by the way.
Me neither. Can we just do real quick on our way out, just for entertainment purposes for our great listeners? Can we just do a mock press conference? I'll be Craig. Go ahead. Can you just ask me something about just ask me about the game? So anything, just give me a couple.
You did have 2 big opportunities, one in the first and the second, and then another in the 9th. What happened with those? Because you didn't break through again.
Yeah, honestly, I actually thought the issue wasn't that runners in scoring position. We're trying to put more pressure on them, and I just didn't think we put enough pressure on them tonight.
What did you think of Bregman's at bat there towards the end, and say they had opportunities to be clutch and they didn't come through this time?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of clutch. I just think, obviously, we didn't get the job done there on the 9th, but I thought really the issue was we just didn't put enough pressure on them. I want to see them put more pressure on the opposing pitcher, and that's how it leads to runs. And
Jamison Tyone looked good tonight.
Yeah, JMO was really good. Had everything working today. Gave us 7 strong. Pitch in the 7th inning. We really benefited from that. It was really good. All right.
Well, you could use more filler words if you're going to do an appropriate impression.
No, I didn't want to. I don't want to get
lampoon them.
Yeah, I don't want to listen. You know what I mean? I don't want to pile on. I just wanted to. It's just my point is just the same thing.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's just the same thing. It's just not enough pressure, and then tomorrow they'll put tons of pressure. They won't score, and then they'll say, "Yeah, we just didn't come up with the." We're just lost. We're just lost. This season's just felt so weird to me. Like the first 16.
No, it's been a weird one.
And I know this sounds like hindsight's 2020, but even the 10-game win streaks were weird. Like I haven't had them tug at my heartstrings in a good way like they normally do. And maybe it's me. We'll be at the game tomorrow, by the way. No show.
Right. Yeah. Maybe they'll start at at least a 3-game win streak tomorrow.
Yeah. Maybe not. Anything else?
No.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to Locked On Cubs. Make sure you subscribe and follow so you get all the latest episodes. For those of you on video, we send you the first ever 24/7 National Locked On Podcast Network YouTube channel. Who's even pitching tomorrow? Ray?
Yeah.
On audio, make sure you make your second listen is Locked On MLB. He's Matt Cozy. I'm Sam Olber. We can't hit, but we can make you laugh. This is Locked On Cubs.
First Bears game is, I believe, September 13th.